Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's training. We're going to learn about 30 days of social media planning, and we are going to be able to plan our social media content for the month in just under an hour. My name is Amy Edwards, and I'm going to be your host, and I'm a gold consultant here with Evolution and Archer Travel. All right, so as I said, today we're going to develop a plan to create 30 days of social media content in less than an hour. And I think this is really important because a lot of people, and if you schedule it every week, that's okay as well. But it's hard to wake up each morning and to kind of put on your creative thinking cap and to make sure that you are scheduling your social media content for the day. So I always have a few trips for any social media planning. And again, this was inspired by a training that I recently attended. So some supplies that you are going to need, or maybe some pre-planning ideas to think about, a planner or a calendar. And I'll show you an example that I use at the end, but I think planners are really important, even for just booking travel. And I know many of you have seen the new agent travel planner that was created by Jennifer Burns, who is our triple gold with uh, with Evolution Travel. And we give those out usually with the welcome packet. If you don't have one and you do want one, just reach out to your mentor and I'm sure that they can get you the link to that as well. Another thing that comes in handy is a notebook. One of the things I'm going to refer to, and it's really helpful, is a national holiday calendar. So when you're planning for social media, you want to have a few nationally recognized holidays in there, along with maybe birthdays or anniversaries or anything that pertains to you as an individual. And then, of course, you want to think about your social media plan. How often do you want to post? Do you want to post once a day? Do you want to post maybe just Monday through Friday? Do you want to post just a couple times a week? It really is up to you. Understanding the more that you post, the better results you're going to see. Also, you're going to want to think of what is your niche. So what do you want to specialize in? So this isn't required, but you always hear everybody say, and I think it's a really good idea to find a niche because then you're creating kind of a pattern. So when someone thinks about you and they think about you as a travel agent, maybe they think about you as a Disney travel agent, or maybe they think about you as somebody that promotes a lot of beaches. Or even somebody that promotes a lot of international travel. So you just have to find out what your niche is. It's also good to think almost every day, what is your why? And that's what's going to get you up in the morning. That's what's going to have you continue to conduct your business throughout the day. And that's what's going to help you to sleep at night, knowing that you've made your accomplishments closer to your why, or closer to maintaining your why. So why did you start this business? Why do you want to be successful at this business? Also, some background notes. So some things that I am going to talk about. Social media marketing is important, and we all completely understand that. And some of you, if you don't have social media, that's all right. We completely understand. It is completely your preference. If you don't have social media, you just have to think about it in different ways. You have to think outside of the box. So all the things I'm talking about today online are some of the things that you are going to do in person. The first thing is going to be utilizing all the platforms that you are able to. So a lot of times I refer to Facebook. And but I want to make sure everybody knows that you can use Facebook. You can use Instagram, you can use Twitter. LinkedIn is really good for a business page. You can use TikTok. You can use Clubhouse, and there are many others. And I think with each platform, you're going to kind of have a different audience. So you always want to make sure whichever platform that you focus on is going to be the platform. You're going to know the audience of that platform and you're going to know how to reach them. You want to keep your algorithm active by posting consistently. So you want to make sure that you're posting, every day, sometimes a few times a day, if you are able to. And even if you're not posting actively on your social media, I'm going to talk about this in a little bit, but you can post on stories. You can post on Facebook stories. Instagram has stories. There's also Excuse me, I'm sorry. There's also something new called Instagram Reels, which is a little bit like TikTok, but a little faster. You also want to make sure you keep your authority and the trust by posting about you. So if your social media accounts are only, 30 days of mock bookings, it's a great idea. It's a great start. That effort is really good to have some mock bookings. However, you want to make sure that you're not just posting yourself as a salesman. You want to make sure that you are introducing people to yourself, that you are, introducing yourself to people, that you are telling people about yourself, that you're posting, kind of personal things. I understand a lot of people don't want to post about their family. Some people don't want to put their family online. Completely understandable. But when you post maybe about a birthday or anniversary, you want to make that to be about you. So somebody can get to know you and they can trust you and they can know that you're a real person. And touching on it as well, don't be spammy or a salesperson. So just like not posting only mock bookings every day of the month, you don't only want to post a meme every day of the month. You want to make sure that people can personally relate and interact with you. A couple of good algorithm percentages here. The first one here is the 40-40-20. Now the 40-40-20 is just that. It's 40% post about your lifestyle, getting to know you, introducing yourself, making sure that people know if you have a family or if you don't have a family, or if you travel, where do you go? 40% about your business. So you want people to get to know your business. You want them to know what a travel agent does. You want them to know the perks of a travel agent. You want them to see what you do, and they want to see you experiencing it personally. And then 20% promotional for things such as mock bookings or sales. If you're a team builder, then you can talk about the team building as well. Now, along with that, and you've heard Courtney Palladino discuss this quite a bit, is the 4-2-1 method. So the 4-2-1 method is basically, if you want to post it this way daily or weekly, however you want to do that, 4 posts that get engagement, 2 posts that discuss travel or your business, and then 1 post that we call a hard sale, which would of course be your mock booking or your team building structure. And those kind of go hand in hand as far as getting to know you with your engagements, getting to know your business with your travel, and then your promotional, which is your hard sale. Also with your engagement, you want to start the engagement by posting. So your post is your first key item to be able to have people comment, to be able to have people like, to be able to start a conversation. But not only do you want people to like and comment, but you also want to boost the engagement by responding to conversations. So let's say you post something about a travel meme, like something about the beach, we'll say. So you have a meme about the beach and you say, it's Monday morning, I'd rather be by the ocean. And another person says, oh my gosh, I just went to Florida last week. I miss it. We woke up by the ocean. I also got to see the sunset. So you don't want to just like that. You want to respond to them. If you booked the trip, you definitely want to call that out. You want to post and you want to say, I was so happy to work with you. I'm glad you had a great time and I can't wait to help you plan your travel in the future. If you didn't book with them, you can kindly slide into there to remind them that you're a travel agent and that maybe if they're going to go again, they could reach out to you to see if you have any good deals, or if you have any, talking about the service that you provide. And I wouldn't put it, you want to make sure you're not snarky about it. So that's really key. But keeping the conversation going helps to boost your algorithm. So the more people that you talk to. Now, whoever responded to you that said they just got back from the ocean in Florida, and then you responding to them boosts the algorithm between the two of you. So when you're responding to them, now is the more you post, the more they're going to see your post because they've interacted with you. The next thing is social media groups, and social media groups are really important. You want to make sure you add yourself daily to groups if possible. I know many people have 400 or 500 groups that they're a member of, and you can't possibly keep up with all of those. But I always say to track them on an Excel spreadsheet. So your Excel spreadsheet should have the name of the group and the link. It should kind of give a little, I don't know, just a little maybe 3 or 4 word introduction to the group. So maybe you have a group that's for travel tips, but your other group is something you can post mock bookings on for sales. So you just want to make sure you know that. Always make sure that you track when you're posting in groups. And I like to put on my list as well how many members are in that group, because I'm going to post more in a group with 10,000 members than I am going to with 300 members. Make sure you're adding yourself to groups that have your interest or your niche. So if you're specifically specializing in Disney, you're going to want to find those mom groups that talk about, ways to save money on a Disney trip, or maybe Disney food recipes, things like that. You're going to want to make sure you get into there, because these people already have, or they're already interested in what you have to offer. So the more you can interact with them, the more you can work with them and figure out, what they want, and then be able to work in that you're a travel agent as well. You can also friend request. So when you're in a group, you don't want to start picking people out of there. You want to make sure that you are just adding to friends as you can. And I always say maybe 2 or 3 a day out of groups. Don't make it too many. When you start making it too many, the group admins get a little angry. Always check your group rules. That's just a given. Don't break any of the rules. Don't get blocked, because if you break too many rules in a group, you can essentially be paused from participating in any groups. Don't just post mock bookings and memes. So it's a really good idea. And I know that we stress this when you're marketing yourself, get that mock booking and start posting it to all the groups you can. And you do want to do that, but you don't want to only do that. In those groups, you want to make sure that you're interacting. You want to introduce yourself. Think of it as being at I don't know, a social event where we'll say maybe a birthday party, and you see a group of people talking. You're not just going to run into the center of them and say, "Hey, I have a great deal. Who wants to go to Mexico?" You know what I mean? You are going to walk up. You're going to kind of get into their conversation. You are going to, talk back and forth with them. And then if something comes up or somebody asks you how things are going, you can say, "Oh, it's been great. I recently became a travel agent. I have all these great deals. I just went to Mexico. We stayed 7 days at an all-inclusive resort. You would absolutely love it. Did you see my pictures on my social media?" Things like that. So just like you do that in real life and face to face, you want to make sure that you're doing that in social media. So if you're adding yourself to the Moms of Disney or the Disney recipes that people are sharing, you want to make sure that you go through and you just start speaking to people. And people are going to start recognizing your name, because a lot of times in groups, you've noticed there's probably 5 or 10 people who are really active in the groups. And so you want to be one of those 5 or 10 people. The next thing about is social media stories. And I touched on that a little bit before, but we all know that Facebook has stories now. And those are just quick. I think Facebook is 45 seconds, maybe it's 30 seconds. And then Instagram, they're called stories as well. And it's just so you can quickly kind of scroll through. So there are ways to grab attention quickly, usually in under 10 seconds, because you only have about 5 seconds to grab someone's attention. And I don't know about you, but it happens in TikTok as well. If something kind of looks boring, or if you scroll up and it's a black screen, you immediately scroll up again, because you're not really sure what it's going to be. You might think it's a fluke, you might think something's wrong, but you're just going to keep scrolling. Same thing about myself, if I see something a lot that's political. Sorry, if I see something political, I'll tend to kind of scroll past it because, the comments are going to turn into 300. People are going to start hating each other. And so I try to make sure that I scroll past those, and I try to make sure I keep those out of my social media, no matter what my personal feelings are, because I don't want to deter anyone away because of something that I feel strongly about. So now to touch on national holidays. So when you are doing your 30 days of social media, you're starting to organize what you want to post on what day. And in just a minute, I'm going to kind of show you my calendar and how I kind of wrote in what to post. So you have your monthly calendar in front of you, and you open up the national holidays. And the link, I believe, is nationaltoday.com. And you and I both know, and you've seen it a lot. And I'm telling you, if you ever watch that Archer morning briefing, Jose always has a national holiday for the day, and he always picks the funny ones. And so I look forward to that, and I know a lot of other people do. But for national holidays, you want to pick 2 to 4 days for the month at the most to focus your post around. So you're going to follow your niche if you can, or your why, or your theme for the month. So this month, of course, we have Halloween. So we want to make sure on the 31st that we post something about Halloween. Now, even before the 31st, if your theme for the month is Halloween, I don't know if you guys have seen it, but on Vax Universal Studios, they have a great Halloween setup. I forget what they call it now, but it is geared towards Halloween. And of course, Disney is going to focus on Halloween this whole month as well. And so you're going to want to make sure that maybe for October that your mock bookings are going to be kind of themed around those events. A couple of other examples that I found on the National Today website is Sweetest Day is October 16th, or you have World Food Day. So you could post for that day something around there, or maybe on the 16th for Sweetest Day, maybe the week before that, you could post something local in your area that people could plan for Sweetest Day. On the 21st, you have National Celebration of the Mind Day. So when I think of celebration of the mind, I think of rest and relaxation as well, which is great for maybe a vacation home on the water or something in the mountains, something kind of that'll give you quiet, peace and quiet. You can read a book, things like that. On 10/28, we have National Chocolate Day, and that's just going to be a hit for almost everyone. And you can look up places that, work a lot with chocolate. In Michigan here. We have Frankenmuth. And so we have an area in Frankenmuth that is just chocolate. And so they have everything about chocolate, and they have chocolate from then till now. You can also just post something about chocolate, like where it started, how it started, just something specific about that. And then on 10/30, National Checklist Day. And when I think of a checklist, you could also think of it as a bucket list. And so you could post something about checking travel off your bucket list, or where would you like to go? Where's one place you want to go on your bucket list? And then, of course, we already talked about October 31st for Halloween. So in your content planner for the month, you want to make sure you have themes. You can call them themes, or you can call them buckets. It's completely up to you, but you want to pick 5 to 7 themes for the month. And these themes you want to repeat over and over, because it usually takes somebody 5 times to see something to remember. And don't worry, most people aren't going to notice that you've repeated these. And if you make them kind of sporadic through the month, they aren't going to realize, kind of what your method is. So some examples of themes. You could have 3 days a month where you post about travel tips or inspirations. Maybe if you know somebody is planning a wedding, or if your niche is specializing in weddings, you can post some wedding trip or tips with travel. You can make it not about travel as well. They can just be wedding tips or wedding planning tips. You can post tips about packing. What should I pack to go on a cruise? What can I take on a cruise? What liquids can you take on an airline? Somebody may see that and realize, oh my gosh, I'm going, on a plane and I was going to bring a bottle of shampoo, and they think, why can't I bring a bottle of shampoo? Well, we know that they can't bring a full bottle of shampoo, but maybe they didn't. And then you can also have any travel inspirations or tips. Maybe if you have a small child, you shouldn't go to this location. But another resort that you have been to specializes in activities for small children. Another theme that you can have is personal content. And this one's really important. We've already kind of touched on this with value, trust, and authority. So you want people to be able to value your information. You want them to trust where it's coming from, and you want the authority to give it. So you want to make sure when you're traveling or you're planning someone's travel that you have earned the authority for them to work with you and then to hand over their credit card information to you. And so that's why it's really important with your social media content that you keep it very positive. Because if you have somebody on, if you have it on your personal social media where, and I don't want to say this to be offensive at all, someone who's saying, I need to borrow 20 bucks to get some groceries. I need a ride to my doctor. Day 3, they're saying, oh my gosh, I have no money to do this. Or day 4, they're saying my bank account was scammed and somebody took all my money. Those are real life situations, and I completely understand that. But if we keep that on our social media, you're going to lose your authority because no one's going to want to give you their credit card if your banking information has been hacked. Even though it doesn't go hand in hand, it isn't relatable. You want to be careful what you post about on your social media. Another thing that's really important is introductions. So you can post mock bookings all month long. People can see those, but they're going to see you as a salesman. And so you want to make sure you introduce yourself as a travel agent. And remember, I said that somebody needs to see things about 5 times to remember them. So maybe every Monday you post an introduction about yourself. You tell how you got into the travel agency business the first Monday. And then maybe the next Monday you post, you remind them you're a travel agent still. And you let everybody know what a travel agent does. Maybe on the 3rd Monday, you talk about your perks as a travel agent. And on the 4th Monday, you post testimonies from your clients that you've booked travel for. You always want to make sure in those posts that you give your personal experience. And as I said before, on any holidays, birthdays, or anniversaries for yourself, you make those personal. So if it's your child's birthday, you kind of make it personal. Another theme, of course, is going to be your mock bookings. Those are super important. Some people don't know they want to go to the beach until they know how much it costs. So if you have a mock booking about 7-day resort in Mexico, all inclusive, airfare, and it starts at $350 a person. Maybe somebody's going to be like, man, I would have thought that would be $5,000 a person. I need to look into this. And that's why mock bookings are really important. Another theme could be engagement memes. So you want to make sure that you build up your arsenal of those memes. So whether you run across one shared by another travel agent, I have a folder in my phone that is just labeled, and it's actually on my computer too. They're kind of linked through my iCloud, but they're just labeled engagement memes. And those are memes that are going to get responses. So you want to make sure that you post enough of those to keep your algorithm up pretty far. So as an example, I just downloaded from Canva this calendar, and I downloaded it. I actually use Procreate on my iPad. I don't know if any of you have heard of that. It isn't a free software, but I use it for other things. But you can use anything. So with my iPad, I also have an Apple Pencil, so I can write right on it, and that works for me. But if you just have a regular calendar, maybe that you get from the bank, I have one of those too, or a desk calendar. And then I'm going to show you next, and it's going to be crazy. And I'm sure those of you who are organizers who want everything in its perfect place are going to cringe. But this is kind of how I plan out my social media. And so as you can see on here, up in the corner, I have the 40, 40, 20, and I'm kind of counting how many posts I have that fall into each category. As you can see, all of these fall into each category. And then, so what I put on here is on Thursday, I'm going to post about me. The next Thursday, I'm also going to post about me. And then next time I post about me is going to be on the 26th. I'm sorry, I do have an intro. What is a travel agent? Let's see, I have my engagement memes on the 18th, on the 4th of November. I have one on the 8th. And then I have my travel tips. So I kind of write it in there every day what I'm going to do. And then from there, what I'll do is I'll just make a folder that says October 2021. I'll get my engagement memes in there. And what I'll do is I'll label them the date. So whatever meme I'm going to use this day is going to be labeled 10/8. If I'm going to do an about me section, I'm going to put it in my notes on my phone. And so then I can just kind of edit that each month, and I can tweak it a little so it doesn't look like it's the same thing posted. And then I can have that to be able to edit and post it very quickly that morning. If you have a social media planner like Canva, or a scheduler, I'm sorry, a social media scheduler like Canva. So Canva, you can actually type all of this out and schedule it to post every one of these days. That is the paid version of Canva. I think you pay like $8 a month for that, but it is really good to be able to use for just that. So these are just some of my examples about what I have scheduled for the month of October. Any questions? Was this helpful? I want to make sure this was helpful because as I said, it's inspired from another training that I attended. And I know some people like to see examples directly of what to post. So if maybe next time you'd like to see examples, please just let me know. Amelia, thank you so much. Erin, great. Yeah, I think it's really good to think of it as in the themes, because I can easily figure out 5 themes and 5 different postings with each theme. And so I've got 25 posts immediately. Crystal, thank you so much. I'm glad it was helpful. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording, and then I'm going to open up for any Q&A. You're very welcome, Ed. Yes, absolutely. Let me get you those links as well. So here are 2 Facebook groups, and the one of them I really like because you've seen Emily and Courtney post these sometimes, and one of them have like what's it called now? Oh boy, Tuesdays that have the Canva. Hold on, let me look right now. My brain is so blank today. I've had so much going on. Let's see. So every Tuesday they have the template Tuesday. So you get a template on Tuesdays that you can fill in your own information. And let me just show you what today's looks like. Let me share my screen here with you. The website for the calendar. So I got the calendar folder just off of Canva. Let me show you what Canva is so everyone knows. It is Canva. And it is free to use. Some of them, some of kind of the more intricate designs are going to be a cost, but I do the monthly plan so that I can make sure to post on social media. Let me kind of show you how that works. So this is the template Tuesday that you get, and you get this absolutely of no cost. What you do is you just edit it. So in here, I'll fill it in with my picture. I'll put my name in here. I'll put my logo, and then my contact information goes here. And this is a really neat picture here. Now, when I get this, yes, this is on Canva. Yep. And when you go to those Facebook sites, every Tuesday they have it in their announcements. And what you do is you get on a computer, you have to be on the computer. You open up that Facebook site and you open up Canva and make sure you're logged in. And then you click on their link and immediately it'll open it up and put it into Canva for you. So it's super, super easy, the click of a button. So what I was talking about, the social media scheduler. Eddie, I'll make sure we post this in all of the chat groups for you. We'll post the recording. So with the social media scheduler, I'm going to go ahead and click on these three dots. I can go to schedule. And so I can say, all right, this is how I want to introduce myself. So I want to do this on the 14th. I want it to post, we're going to say at 1 p.m. I'm going to hit next. I want it to post on my Facebook page, and then I can write anything in here that I want to write. You know, I can write my entire introduction into there. I have 5,000 characters to use. I can click schedule post, and then on October 14th at 1 p.m., it's automatically going to post for me. And like I said, I think I pay $8 a month. Now I also use it because, again, I'm a gold consultant. And so this is what we use for our flyers. So all the flyers you see for trainings or introductions or promotions are going to be through Canva. Yeah, really, you can definitely use this. Now, you can use this in my Canva. I also have, let me go back to here. I also have arsenals of memes as well. So what I really like is in Canva, you know how you have to scroll through these and it kind of takes a long time? In Canva, you can also put them in folders. You have folders over here. So I can see my internet's going to be a little unstable now. I love that about Zoom. But I can see all my new agent flyers. I can see my travel, the social media flyers, so I can open these up. And so if I want a day that I need to pick an engagement post, I can go in here and see what I want to use. Super easy. We'll say we'll select this one. And again, just today, because I'm on a training, it's going to be kind of slow. So here's one that I can just put on, you know, kind of on a story, just something really quick, something to, I don't know, just kind of, just a post, just a fill in. And so I can put this and I can set this to schedule. I'm sorry, I can't select this one. This one's somehow coded as a movie. You want to make sure that they're not coded as a movie or a reel, because then you can't post those. It actually has to be a meme. Here's another one that I use quite often. So hopefully this one is just a photo. So Mondays are for fresh starts. Just a motivational poster. So I can go here and I can make sure, oh, maybe my schedule has moved. Oh, here it is. Okay. So I can go here and I can schedule this. I think one of my days that I need to do a meme are going to be the 26th. I definitely want to post this one on a Monday. So I can do the 26th and I can pick it anytime. Perfect, Aurelia. I'm glad to see that you're going to use that. Absolutely. Any other questions? Anything you'd like to see, please let me know. I can definitely show you. All right, well, I'm really happy I was able to help you today. If ever you have any suggestions, if there's something you want to see, if there's a training you'd like to have, please let us know. And if you're silver and above and you want to try to train and you want to maybe not open it up to Rising Tide, you just kind of want to do a small group, you can definitely do that. Just get with your mentor and let them know. I really asked now, templates on Tuesday, are those in the links you gave us? Yes. So I gave you a link to a Facebook group, and those are going to be in that link. Yes. They have a lot of free trainings. Now, in both of those links, there are some paid trainings that they do ask if you want to attend, and that's completely up to you. But they have a lot of Facebook Lives, and they have a lot of content that they post and they let travel agents use. You're very welcome. I'm glad I could help you. So everyone have a great afternoon and a great rest of the week. I wish you all of the success. You're very welcome, Ed. Thank you for joining another one of my trainings. It's always nice to see you on. And as the famous saying goes, if I don't see you at the beaches of the world, I certainly hope to see you at the bank.